Alabama Senate race, military ballots may give Roy Moore the victory. So, leftists called Roy Moore crazy for not conceding the recent election in Alabama. But thanks to military of Alabama's overwhelmingly support Moore, he might not be that crazy after all. According to a report by Newsmax, over 18,000 servicemen come from the great state of Alabama, and their absentee ballots just came in. This is bad news for Democrats, because Doug Jones' chances aren't looking good. According to the State Board of Elections, 16,323 votes came across for Roy Moore while only 1,130 soldiers voted for Jones. While Moore hasn't won yet, this does provide him some wiggle room. Further, voter fraud has been reported, as some millennials stated on television that they have voted illegally. Add to this the more than 12,000 votes by illegals being disputed for Doug Jones. He disputed this after learning that illegal aliens were found driving to and from different polling places casting votes for Jones. According to the Birmingham Press, polling officials caught what appears to be a van full of illegals who traveled to at least 7 polling locations with fake identification to vote for Moore's opponent Doug Jones. Law enforcement stopped the vehicle at Santa Recto Middle School in Wilmington as 13 Hispanic men were seen piling into a van after voting, the Santa Recto Observer reported Tuesday afternoon. The same men were also seen in Smithfield, Birmingham, La Croix, and Mobile and were reported as suspicious by voting officials. It appears that Democrats didn't go with a single-threaded strategy of accusing Moore of sexual harassment. Instead they hedged their bets with illegal voters. But it gets better. Officials have also found more than 12,000 dead voters who voted for Jones. Ladies of Liberty reports that the small town of Bordelama, Alabama was beset by fraudsters who apparently posed as dead people, bringing the vote totals to 953 for Roy Moore and 5,327 for Democrat Jones. There are only 1,867 registered voters in Bordelama. State election officials have determined that more than 12,000 votes, that's 5,329 more than yesterday, so far in the state of Alabama are null and void because the voters don't appear to be living, local news station WYKY reported Wednesday. It appears that these voters' names were never removed from the rolls when they passed away and someone used their information to stack votes for Doug Jones. This is the kind of shenanigans the left has to push in order to win elections. How pathetic and desperate can you get? In addition to the dead and illegal voting, Democrats used another tactic. They hired Al Sharpton's half-brother to register felons to vote for Jones. We documented their efforts. In the last month, I think we registered at least 5,000 to 10,000 people all over the state, Glasgow, president of Dothan's The Ordinary People Society, TOPS, advocacy group, said Monday. I've got people all over the state registering people with my TOPS branches in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Montgomery, Enterprise, Dothan, Abbeville, Geneva, Gordon, Bessemer, we have a lot. The new revelation of voter fraud is still being investigated. So for now only speculation remains. But the truth may come soon. Let's go with the notion this election gets overturned. Try to imagine the reaction of the left. I believe they would burn Alabama down. And what of all the praise the left heaped on backwards Alabama? They bombarded Twitter and social media with hashtags like "Thank you Alabama" and "Thank you Black women for helping Jones score a win." Jones defeated Roy Moore with the help of nearly unanimous support from black voters, with 96% of black voters supporting the Democratic candidate. On Twitter, the hashtag Black Women began trending early Wednesday as people noted that CNN exit polls showed 98% of black women voters supported Jones. I'm curious as to how the left will thank black women if the election results are overturned. Will Alabama and its citizens still be good people? Or will the state go back to being a dumb racist rednecks? Only time will tell.